Now in this video I will explain a relation between the zeros and the coefficients. Here linear polynomial, it is there in the form ax plus b equals to 0. So zeros we have to write, it is minus constant term divided by coefficient of x. So b is the constant term and a is the coefficient of x. So we can write that is term in the form of minus b by a. Okay, so this is a word for the linear polynomial. For example, 3x plus 6 equals to 0. So now 3x plus 6 is what linear polynomial, that plus 6 we are sending to other side. Here the constant term and coefficient. So 6 is the constant term, 3 is the coefficient of x. Okay, so now I am writing 3x as it is in the left hand side. I am sending plus 6 to other side. I am getting what? Minus 6. So now 3 is together with the x. Now 3 I have to send. So x equals to minus 6 divided by 3 we can write. So now 3 ones are 3 and 3 twos are 6. So you know that cancellation, right? So answer is what? Minus 2. So that's minus sign is already there. That minus sign is comes here. So now x equals to what? Minus 2. So that is a what? 0. So in the 0 place I am writing as minus 2 equals to minus constant term. Which is the constant term here? 6 is the constant term. Okay, so that 6 has plus sign, but in the formula minus sign is there. Minus 6 divided by coefficient of x. Which is the coefficient of x now? So coefficient of x is 3. So we can cancel that. 3 ones are 3 and 3 twos are 6. So minus 2. The answer is what? Minus 2. Clear? So now left hand side is also minus 2 and right hand side is also minus 2. So we can compare with both the two. So that is what? Linear polynomial is verifies. So now the quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. This is what? Quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. So for this a, b, c are the coefficients of x square, x, and c is the constant term. Okay. So here x square is the one of the term, that's the coefficient is a. Here sum of the zeros. So quadratic polynomial has two zeros, you know that. One is alpha and another one is beta we are getting. So sum of the zeros means we have to add the two zeros. That is equals to minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square. So coefficient of x is what? B. So minus b. Coefficient of x square is x. Square is a. That is what? Divided by a. So the formula is sum of the zeros is minus b by a. Now product of the zeros, the alpha into beta, that is constant term divided by coefficient of x square term. Constant term is c. So c is the constant term, then coefficient of square is a. So the formula is c divided by a. This is what? Product of the zeros. Okay, sum of the zeros and product of the zeros. So now we can move that example, x square plus 3x plus 2 equals to 0. So by using the middle term splitting method, you can simplify it. That is already you know, in the previous class you studied. So that answer can be written as x square plus x plus 2x plus 2. Okay, so 3x can be written as x plus 2x we can write. So x square plus x plus 2x plus 2. Okay, now for the first two terms, x square and x, the common term we have to take it. That is what it is? X. What is remaining? X plus 1 is remaining. And the next two terms, the common term is 2 here. The plus 2 I am writing outside. So what is remaining? X plus 1 is remaining. So you know that how to simplify that common terms. So now next is x plus 1 and x plus 1 is the common term. So you have to write it outside or separately, and the remaining terms x plus 2 we have to write. So x plus 1 and x plus 2 are the factors of the polynomial. So we have to compare with the 0. X plus 1 equals to 0. Then it's what? My plus 1 is goes to other side is minus 1. So x equals to minus 1. Now next x plus 2 equals to 0. So plus 2 goes to other side, it is what? X equals to minus 2 answer we are getting. This is what? Minus 2. So two zeros are minus 1 and minus 2. So these are the two zeros, alpha and beta. So now I have to verify with the sum of the zeros and product of the zeros. So sum of the zeros is minus b by a. So alpha and beta are minus 1 and minus 2. Minus 1 plus of minus 2 equals to now coefficient of x. Coefficient of x is what here? 3. 3 is the coefficient of x. So that is what? Minus 3 we have to write. Minus 3 divided by coefficient of x square. Which is the coefficient of x square? X square is 1. Nothing is there means 1 we have to write. So now we have to add the left hand side. Minus 1 plus of minus 2 is minus 2 equals to minus 3. Then minus 1 minus 2 is equals to what? Minus 3 equals to minus 3. So both the sides are equal. Minus 3 equals to minus 3. Okay, so sum of the zeros is minus b by a and product of the zeros is c divided by a. It is verified with minus 3 equals to minus 3. Alpha is minus 1 and beta is minus 2. So now product of the zeros, minus 1 into minus 2 is equals to constant term is what? It is c, and coefficient of x square is a. So which is a constant term? Yes, 2 is the constant term. It is equals to 2 divided by coefficient of x square is a. A is what? 1. Then minus 1 into minus 2 equals to what? The product. Minus into minus is plus and 1 into 1 is 2. So answer is 2 equals to 2. 2 divided by 1 is what? 2. So this also what? Equal. This is a verification of the quadratic equation. Sum of the zeros and product of the zeros are verified. Now you can see one video here. So in that video all the types of polynomials and explanation is there.
Do you recall the relationship between zeros and coefficients of a linear polynomial? Zero of a linear polynomial p of x is equal to a multiplied by x plus b is minus b divided by a. Do you think there exists a relationship between the zeros alpha, beta and the coefficients a, b and c of a quadratic polynomial p of x? Let's find out. If the two zeros of a quadratic polynomial p of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c are alpha and beta, then there exists a relationship between alpha, beta and the coefficients a, b and c of p of x. Let alpha and beta be the zeros of the quadratic polynomial p of x. P of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0 and a, b and c are real numbers. Then x minus alpha and x minus beta are the factors of p of x. Therefore, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to k multiplied by x minus alpha multiplied by x minus beta, where k is a constant. On simplifying, we get kx square minus k multiplied by alpha plus beta multiplied by x plus k multiplied by alpha multiplied by beta. When we compare the coefficients of x square, x and the constant terms on both the sides, we get a is equal to k, b is equal to minus k multiplied by alpha plus beta, and c is equal to k multiplied by alpha multiplied by beta. This gives alpha plus beta is equal to minus b divided by a, and alpha multiplied by beta is equal to c divided by a. The sum of zeros is equal to minus coefficients of the x term divided by the coefficient of the x square term. The product of the zeros is equal to the constant term divided by the coefficient of the x square term. If alpha, beta, gamma are the zeros of the cubic polynomial ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d is equal to 0, then alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to minus b divided by a. Alpha multiplied by beta plus beta multiplied by gamma plus gamma multiplied by alpha is equal to c divided by a. Alpha multiplied by beta multiplied by gamma is equal to minus d divided by a. Now you know the relationship between zeros and coefficients of a polynomial. Let's summarize the relationship between zeros and coefficients for linear, quadratic, and cubic polynomials in this chart. Can you find the zeros of the quadratic polynomial 3x squared plus 13x plus 12 and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients? Use your notebook to find the solution. When you are done, click the solution button to view the solution and check your answers against it.
That you got that answer for this particular question, so you can verify your answer and you can see the answer and you can understand it. So now I move to that exercise number 2.2. So in this exercise number 2.2, first question, find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomials and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficients. So here there are 6 questions are there. In that 6 questions, so first question I will explain to you now. That is x square minus 2x minus 8. So we have to find the zeros first and then you have to verify with the relationship between the zeros. Okay, so first 3 questions are, if you are understanding, then this very easily you can move to the other problem. So first one is x square minus 2x minus 8. So by using the middle term splitting method, so when you are multiplying the last term and first term, you will get the 8. So that is what 4 2 is 8. Then that is a middle term splitting method, minus 2x I have to write into that, minus 2x and minus 4x I have to write. So here x square is the first term, minus 2x is the second term, minus 8 is the first term, a, b, c and constant terms. Okay, so minus 2 and plus 4, it is what minus 2x we are getting. So that middle term splitting, it is done. Then the grouping, x square and plus 2x I have to group it. In that x is the common term. So what is remaining? X plus 2 is remaining. So now next minus 4 I have to take it outside for the term minus 4x and minus 8. So minus 4 I am taking outside and I am taking that minus 4, it is remaining, it is at x plus 2 is remaining. Okay, now x plus 2 is the common, then the remaining is x minus 4 and x plus 2. So x minus 4 and x plus 2 are the two factors we are getting. So we are comparing with the zeros, it is equals to 0 and x plus 2 is also equals to 0. So when x minus 4 equals to 0, minus 4 is goes to other side, what we are getting, x equals to plus 4, this is the what first 0, and x plus 2 equals to 0, the plus 2 goes to other side is minus 2, it is the second root. Okay, so 4 is the first 0 and minus 2 is the second 0. So now we have to verify with that sum of the zeros and the product of the zeros. Okay, so relationship we have to find. Sum of the zeros means minus coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square minus coefficient of x. So first you have to check that it is sum of the zeros, plus 4 and plus of minus 2 equals to, these are the two zeros, you have to take it, 4 plus or minus 2, then equals to minus coefficient of x. Coefficient of x is minus 2, so minus of minus 2 divided by coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square is 1, there is nothing is there, means it is what 1. Okay, so now 4 plus into minus is minus, 4 minus 2 equals to minus into minus 2, then 4 minus 2 is 2 equals to 2. Okay, so that verified is 2 and 2 equals to 2. You got that is what? Sum of the zeros are over. Now next the product of the zeros, that is a product we have to find. Multiplying with that alpha and beta, that is 2 zeros. 4 into minus 2 we have to multiply it. This product of the zeros equals to constant term divided by coefficient of x square. 4 into minus 2 equals to constant term now. So which is the constant term here? Minus 8 is the constant term. So minus 8 divided by coefficient of x square. Which is the coefficient of x square? X square is 1. So you know that. So now 4 into minus 2 plus into minus is minus. Then 4 2 is 8 equals to minus 8. So this is our verification. Now I'll move to the second problem. 4s square minus 4s plus 1. So this also there in the standard form. 4s square minus 4s plus 1. So 4s square, the middle term splitting method, it is minus 4s I have to split into the two terms. It is minus 2s and minus 2s. Plus 1, the last term is what? Plus 1. So minus 4s can be written as minus 2s and minus 2s. Now I am grouping 4s square and minus 2s, which is the common term. Yes, 2s is the common term. 2s minus 1 is remaining. Then minus 2s and plus 1, there is no common term. So 1 we have to take it outside. So that answer is minus 1. I have to take it outside. So minus 1 or minus. So minus 1 into 2s minus 1 is remaining. So now 2s minus 1 and 2s minus 1 is a common. So the factors we can write 2s minus 1 and 2s minus 1. Okay, so that is another one factor, 2s minus 1. So now we have to compare with the zeros. Equals to 0, 2s minus 1 equals to 0 and 2s minus 1 equals to 0. Send that minus 1 to other side and s equals to we are getting. Okay, so we can find the values. So now 2s equals to 1 and s equals to what we are getting? 1 divided by 2. So the left hand side is a product. So 1 divided by 2. Okay, so now the other part is also we have to write the same thing. 2s equals to minus 1, s equals to 1 divided by 2. So the alpha and beta, 1 divided by 2 and 1 divided by 2 are the values. So now we have to verify it. It is what? The sum of the zeros and the product of the zeros. Sum of the zeros equals to minus coefficient of s divided by coefficient of s square. Sum means 1 divided by 2 plus 1 divided by 2 equals to minus coefficient of s. Minus of coefficient of s is minus 4. So minus of minus 4 we have to write inside the bracket. Minus 4 we have to write divided by coefficient of s square. The first term, s square coefficient is 4. So that is divided by 4. Now 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 we have to add it. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, it is what? 1 is equals to minus into minus is minus into minus is plus. So plus, then 4 get cancelled. So answer is what? Plus 1. Okay. So that is what? 1 equals to 1. Sum of the zeros are over. Now product of the zeros. Product is 1 divided by 2 into 1 divided by 2 equals to constant term divided by coefficient of s square. So which is a constant term here? Plus 1 is a constant term. So plus 1 divided by coefficient of s square is 4. That is s square, coefficient of square is 4. So now left hand side 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, it is 1 divided by 4 equals to 1 divided by 4. So this also LHS and RHS are equal. So it's verified. Now I'll move to the question number 3. 6x square minus 3 minus 7x. First you have to write the terms into the standard form. It is 6x square minus 7x minus 3 we have to write. Then only we can identify it a, b and c. Okay. So now here coefficient of x square and x, 6 3 is 18 we have to write. That 18 we have to split into that middle term splitting method. So now 6x square as it is you can write. Then middle term is 7 minus 7x. I have to split into the two form. It is plus 2x and minus 9x plus 3. Okay, plus 2x and minus 9x is what we are getting, minus 7x we are getting. When you are multiplying these two, we will get 18 minus 18. 6 and 3 we have to multiply it. So you know this. 6 into 3 is minus 18. So 2 into 9 is also minus 18. Now first two terms group, 2x is the common term. 6x square plus 2x, the common term is 2x. What is remaining? 3x plus 1 is remaining. Then minus 9x minus 3, the common term is what? Minus 3 of 3 I have to take it outside, 3 of 3x plus 1, 3x plus 1 we have to write. Clear? So now 3x plus 1 and 2x minus 1, 3 are the factors, 3x, 2x minus 3 and 3x plus 1. So we have to compare it equals to 0 and equals to 0 we have to write. So now 2x minus 3 equals to 0, minus 3 is goes to other side, it is what? Plus 3. Okay, so now 2x as it is you can write, or you can send it directly, it is what? 2 divided by 3. Now other side is what? 3x plus 1, plus 1 is goes to other side is minus 1. So now divided by what is that? 3. So x equals to what? Minus 1 divided by 3. So 3 by 2 and minus 1 by 3 are the two zeros. So now alpha and betas are over. So sum of the zeros, minus 3 divided by 2 and minus 1 divided by 3, coefficient of x divided by coefficient of x square, 3 divided by 2 plus of minus 1 divided by 3 equals to minus coefficient of x. Which is the coefficient of x? Coefficient of x is minus 7. So minus of minus 7. Minus is already there in the formula. Minus of minus 7 divided by coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square is 6. Okay, now next we have to take the LCM for this. 2 and 3 is LCM is 6. Now the multiply 2 3 is 6. So 3 into 3 is what it is? 9 we have to write. 9 minus plus into minus is minus. Now next 3, how much the 6? 3 2 is 6. So that is 2 we have to multiply. 2 into 1 is 2. Now minus into minus is 7 plus 7 divided by 6. So now next 9 minus 2 equals to how much? It is what? 7. 9 minus 2 equals to 7. 7 divided by 6 equals to 7 divided by 6. So this also both the sides are equal. This is what? Sum of the zeros. Now product of the zeros equals to constant term divided by coefficient of x square. So in that equation constant term is 3. Before that the product of the zeros we have to write 3 divided by 2 into minus 1 divided by 3 equals to constant term is minus 3 in that equation. So minus 3 divided by coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square is 6. Divided minus 3 divided by 6. So now multiply the left hand side. 3 into minus 1, it is minus 3 divided by 2 into 3 is what? 6 equals to minus 3 divided by 6. So you can simplify it or you can write as it is. So both the sides, left hand side and right hand sides are equal. So you can simplify it now. 3 1s are 3 and 3 2s are 3 1s are 3 2s are. So minus 1 divided by 2 equals to minus 1 divided by 2. So this also what? Verified. So now 3 problems are over. First, second and third problem are over. So you can understood. Now there is a fourth problem. It's also same thing. Find the zeros of the polynomial. It is 4u square plus 8u is the question. So zeros we have to find first for the quadratic equation, and relation between that zeros and the coefficient we have to verify it. So first we have to check whether it is a quadratic equation or not. Yes, it is a quadratic equation. How can I say it is a quadratic equation? 4u square plus 8u is there. 8u, but constant term is not there. Constant term is not there. U square and u is there. Constant term we can write it as 0. Okay, so it is what? 0. Nothing is there means here you have to write it is what? 0. So now a is what? 4 and b is what? 8. So first two terms 4u square minus 8u, you can take it as a 4u as outside. What is remaining? U plus 2. And here 4u of u plus 2. 4u is the one term and u plus 2 is the another one term. Okay, so now this term, both the terms equals to as 0. So 4u equals to 0 and u plus 2 equals to 0. So 4u equals to 0 means 4 is goes to other side is 0 divided by 4 we are getting. So u equals to 0. divided by 4 equals to what? 0. Now u plus 2 equals to 0. It is a one of the root, and u plus 2 equals to 0. So u equals to plus 2 goes to other side is minus 2. This is our another 0. Plus 2 goes to other side is minus 2. It is another 0. So u equals to 0 and u equals to minus 2 are the two zeros we are getting. So now coefficients we have to check. So sum of the zeros and minus coefficient of u divided by coefficient of u square. Sum of the zeros is 0 and plus of minus 2. So these are the zeros you have to add it. Equals to minus coefficient of u. So coefficient of u is 8. Equals to what? Minus 8 divided by coefficient of u square. U square is 4 divided by 4. Okay, so now 0 into plus or minus 2 is minus, plus into minus is minus, then minus 2 equals to 4 ones are 4 twos are. So the answer becomes what? Minus 2. So here left hand side is minus 2 and right hand side is also minus 2. This is verified. Now next product of the zeros. So product of the zeros equals to constant term divided by coefficient of u square. 0 and minus 2 are the zeros. 0 into minus 2 equals to constant term is 0. Nothing is there means it is what? 0 divided by coefficient of u square is 4. Coefficient of u square is 4. So 0 into any term is 0 and 0 divided by any term is also what? 0. So both the sides are equals to 0 and 0. Now move to that problem. Next problem, it is fifth one, t square minus 15. So previous problem u square and u is there. Here t square minus 15 and t is not there. So we have to write in this form t square plus 0 into t. 0 into t. So 0 into t is what? 0 only. But t we know that it is what? T, right? So it is what? Minus 15. So t square plus 0 into t minus 15 we have to write. It is our standard form. So now t square root 15 can be written as root 15 square we can write. When we cancel that root and square, we will get the answer as 15. So this is our t square minus root 15 whole square. It is there in the form of a square minus b square. A square minus b square form. It is what? A plus b into a minus b. Here a is t and b is root 15. So can be written as t plus root 15 into t minus root 15 or t minus root 15 into t plus root 15. These are the zeros. Okay, so a plus b into a minus b. Now t minus root 15 equals to 0 and t plus root 15 equals to 0. Okay, so now root plus root 15 goes to other side. It is 0 minus root plus root 15. It is answer is root 15 and minus root 15 goes to other side. It is minus root 15. So t equals to what? Minus root 15. These are the two zeros, root 15 and minus root 15 are the zeros. Now we have to verify it, zeros and coefficients. Sum of the zeros equals to minus coefficient of t divided by coefficient of t square. So sum of the zeros means alpha and beta, root 15 plus into minus root 15 equals to minus coefficient of t. Coefficient of t is 0. Nothing is there means it is what? 0. So 0 divided by coefficient of t square. T square is 1. The product, right? It is what? T square is 1. So now root 15 plus or minus, plus into minus is minus. It is 0 equals to 0. Plus root 15 and minus root 15 get 0. So verified. 0 equals to 0. Now product of the zeros, constant term divided by coefficient of t square. Root 15 into minus root 15 equals to, which is the constant term? Constant term is minus 15. C is what here? Minus 15 divided by coefficient of t square is 1. coefficient of t square is 1. So it can be written as this is what root 15 into root 15 plus into minus is minus root of 15 into 15 equals to minus 15. Okay, so now you can write this is minus plus 15 into 15 is there minus root 15 square also we can write, otherwise square root we can remove it. Okay, equals to what? Minus 15 we are getting. So minus 15 equals to minus 15, both the sides are equal. So now next problem, last problem, 3x square minus x minus 4. So we have to use the middle term splitting method. 3x square plus 3x minus 4x equals to, minus 4. Okay, 4 3 is 12. Now first two terms we have to group it. It is 3x into x plus 1, then minus 4 I have to take it outside, minus 4x and minus 4 I have to take it outside, x plus 1 is remaining. So now which are the two factors we are getting? 3x minus 4 is the first factor and x plus 1 is the another one factor. If we have to comparing with the zeros equals to 0 both the sides, then 3x minus 4 equals to 0, minus 4 I have to send it is what? Plus 4, then next 3 we have to send it is divided by 3, so the answer is x equals to 4 divided by 3. Next x minus plus 1 is there, then plus 1 goes to other side is minus 3, so x equals to minus 1, not 3, it's minus 1. So 4 divided by 3 and minus 1 are the two zeros. Now we have to verify it by sum using the coefficients and zeros. Sum of the zeros, 4 divided by 3 into plus of minus 1 equals to coefficient of x. Coefficient of x is minus 1, but in the formula minus already it is there, minus of minus 1 we have to write. This is very carefully, if you miss that minus sign you won't get the verification. So minus of minus 1 divided by coefficient of x square is 3, we have to write 3. Now on the left hand side we have to take that LCM, 4 divided by 3 plus into minus is minus, so 3 is the LCM, we have to take it. So now minus plus into minus is minus 3, so LCM is for 3, no, so minus 3 divided by 3 equals to minus into minus is plus, minus into minus is plus 1, we are getting 1 divided by 3. Now 4 minus 3 is 1 divided by 3 equals to 1 divided by 3. So the verified two sides are equal, 1 by 3 and 1 by 3. Now next is product of the zeros, constant term divided by coefficient of x square. Product of the zeros means 4 divided by 3 into minus 1 equals to constant term is minus 4 divided by coefficient of x square is 3. Coefficient of x square is 3. Now multiply it 4 by 3 into minus 1, plus into minus is minus, then 4 into 1 is 4 divided by 3 equals to minus 4 divided by 3. Both the sides are equal. Exercise 2.2 second question. Find a quadratic polynomial each with the given numbers as the sum and product of its zeros respectively. There are 6 questions are there here. So we have to find the quadratic polynomial, we have to frame it. So we can use that method, ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0 or c. Okay, so here the given things are 1 by 4 and minus 1 and some other terms are given. This is the what? The sum and the product of the zeros are given. Okay, so now first question, it is 1 by 4 and minus 1. Let the polynomial be ax square plus bx plus c and its zeros be alpha and beta. So alpha plus beta we have to find out it. Alpha plus beta equals to 1 divided by 4 is given. This is nothing but what? Minus b by a. It means b equals to minus 1 and a equals to 4. Alpha beta equals to minus 1. This can be written as minus 4 divided by 4. Why? Denominator we need as 4. So I have to take both the sides, numerator and denominator, as 4. Then only I am getting minus 1. So here c equals to what? Minus 4 and a equals to 4. So that's why we can compare these values with that form. a equals to 4, b equals to minus 1 and c equals to minus 4. Therefore, the required quadratic polynomials can be written as 4x square minus x minus 4 we can write. So that is the solution for the first problem. Now the second problem is root 2 and 1 by 3. So it's also same thing, ax square plus bx plus c is the standard form of the polynomial, alpha and beta are the zeros. So now alpha plus beta equals to root 2 plus 1 by 3 equals 2. So we have to take that LCM and all, 3 root 2 divided by 3 we are getting. That is equals to what? Minus b by a. It means b equals to what is we are getting? Minus 3 root 2 and a is what? 3. So now alpha into beta is what? 1 divided by 3. It is what? C divided by a. Now I have to comparing with that values a, b, c. A equals to 3, b equals to minus 3 root 2 and c equals to 1. So here only you can get alpha beta equals to c divided by a. In the c place what we have 1 we have, a place what we have 3 we have. So why in the alpha plus beta we are considering it as root 2 plus 1 divided by root 3. So that is what we have to convert the term, the denominator as 3. That's why we have to take it like that. So that required polynomial is 3x square minus 3 root 2x plus 1. So now third question, 0 and root 5. So this also same thing, we have to simplify it. First we have to write that alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta, here we have to take it as 0 divided by 1. Why we have to write as 0 divided by 1? So here denominator is nothing is there in the both the two terms, that's why. So first term is 0 and divided by 1, so answer will not change, answer is what? 0 only. So you have to compare with that formula minus b divided by a, that's what relation. Now alpha beta can be written as root 5, so root 5 can be written as root 5 divided by 1. It is equals to what? C divided by a. So c is what? Root 5, a is what? 1 and b is what? 0. So now the required quadratic polynomial is x square plus root 5. Why? It is a root 5. B is what? 0. That's why only a and c terms are there. A is the first term, ax square we have to write, and c is the last term, it's a constant term. So that quadratic polynomial is x square plus root 5. Next is fourth one, 1 comma 1. So same thing you have to apply it. The standard form is ax square plus bx plus c. Alpha and beta are the zeros. So you know that alpha plus beta equals to minus b by a. So before that the given is alpha plus beta as 1. So 1 can be written as minus of minus 1 divided by 1. Why? The standard form is minus b. So that's why minus you have to take it outside. When I am taking that minus outside, so inside the bracket what I have to write? Answer should be what? 1 I need. So we can write minus of minus 1. Then divided by 1. That is a normal procedure. Nothing is there, means you have to take it as 1. So what about b now? B is what? Minus 1. And a is what? 1. So now alpha into beta. Alpha beta is what? C divided by a. That is given as 1. So this 1 can be written as 1 divided by 1. So c is what? 1 and a is what? 1. So the comparing with these values with that standard form, a equals to 1, b equals to minus 1 and c equals to 1. Therefore the required quadratic polynomial is x square minus x plus 1. The next problem is fifth one, minus 1 divided by 4 and 1 divided by 4. So this also the same thing we can apply it. Alpha plus beta equals to what? Minus 1 divided by 4. This is the very easiest one. Minus 1 divided by 4. So this can be written as minus b divided by a. Minus b divided by a, it is there in the standard form only. So previous problem we are considering it as minus of minus 1, but here it is not like that, minus b. So here b equals to what? 1 and a equals to what? 4. So now alpha into beta. Alpha beta is given as 1 divided by 4. This also in the standard form it is c divided by a. So that we can compare with these values, a equals to 4, b equals to 1 and c equals to 1. Therefore the quadratic polynomial is becomes 4x square plus x plus 1. Now the last problem is 4 comma 1. You can simplify that problem exactly is same as the third problem 1 comma 1. How you simplified now? The same way you can simplify it. Next video I will explain division algorithm for polynomials. Thank you.